We're underway. It's a Temple of Epiphany to get things started here for Briksza. He is playing the Jeskai token kind of combo deck that we saw last weekend.
Although this is a pretty radical deviation, he has the combo in the sideboard.
Sure.
His main deck is just a token beatdown deck with Ascendancy for value, and then I guess he can swap in the Springleaf Drum and Retraction Helix as appropriate.
Saw Harlan Fear get the job done with that in Richmond last week. An innovative take as Ketter with a Bloodsoaked Champion getting in the red zone. Briksza looks like he's going to take a point of damage, maybe to cast a Whirling Outburst. Yes, playing that pre-combat to trigger Prowess. So 3 Goblin tokens will be coming onto the battlefield here. And you see Ketter does have a copy of Crackling Doom in his hand, which just got a lot worse.
Yes.
Whole lot worse.
Whirling Outburst is a card that, you know, we've seen cards like this appear in Standard from time to time, but the rate on this is so good and the format is so friendly to tokens for a number of reasons that it's just all over the place.
Bloodsoaked Champion going to come into the red zone. There will be a chump block here from Briksza. Of course, rate has been met, so we could see Ketter bring it back here as he will play a Temple of Silence. Take a look at the top card. See where this is going to go.
And you may ask, why is Rudy willing to block there if Ken can simply get it back? And Rudy's got enough pressure in play, enough resources to work with, where he feels like if Ken's turn is just replaying his Bloodsoaked Champion, Rudy's going to be in great shape.
Lightning Strike will take care of the Monastery Swift Spear. Jeskai Charm the draw here for Briksza. Looks like Rudy does have a copy of Mantis Rider in his hand. And yep, he'll take 1 to cast it, but we're going to come in here for 5 points of damage. So Ketter's going to go down to 12. He'll need a removal spell for that now, too. We're going to head back Ketter's way. He will draw a card in just a moment. It's a bit of a slow roll. There it is.
Slow rolling himself a little bit.
Yeah.
I love the idea of moving the combo to the sideboard, because in some matchups, like I feel like Abzan mid-range, for example, the combo is great. They can't really break it up efficiently, but there's going to be decks like the one that Ken's playing that's so removal-centric that the combo is not really worth very much.
Crackling Doom just took care of a Mantis Rider, but one just rolled off the top there for Briksza, so he's going to be able to come in for 5 more points of damage. Very, very powerful card in these Jeskai decks, and it is working overtime right now. Ketter will draw a card. Whirling Outburst is something he kind of has stuck in his hand right now that won't help very much. We'll see if Ketter does have a removal spell here for the Mantis Rider. He's going to go down to 6.
The leftovers in Rudy's hand are also excellent here right now. God's Willing with a mana up and a Jeskai Charm.
It's a pretty good hand. It's where everyone wants to be. Just keeping Kent off balance the entire game.
Yep.
There is Whirling Outburst. So 3 Goblin tokens will be made. The follow-up looks to be a copy of Murder's Cut to go after that, but God's Willing says absolutely not. Good try, my friend. We'll pay 1 to cast it. Show you a Jeskai Charm. That'll deal the 4 plus a 3 in the air, and that's going to do it. Rudy Briksza going to win game number 1 here over Kent Ketter, the Jeskai token combo deck. Up a game over Mardu Aggro as we head to the sideboards. We will start with Ketter, which I have in front of me, to find a Glare of Heresy, a Hero's Downfall, and Utter End, a Sorin, Solemn Visitor, a Chandra Power Master, a Liliana Vest, a Dictative Erebos. We'll get to that in a moment. An Elspeth Sun's Champion, 2 Read the Bones, 2 End of Hostilities, and then 3 copies of Anger of the Gods. The last one seems to be the best one.
Yeah, I like the 3 copies of Anger of the Gods here. The rest of the sideboard I'm not really that intrigued by. It's some cumbersome removal spells. I think those are okay to bring in. You know, the Utter End, the Hero's Downfall, I think those are fine. But no real superstars here besides the 3 copies of Anger of the Gods.
Yeah, Dictative Erebos is a card that Kent brewed up a little bit for his sideboard this week, and he's come by the booth and told us a couple stories about that in combination with Butcher of the Horde and Timret the Murder King.
Ooh.
Yes, so perhaps those cards will show up here for game number 2.
That's a combination of cards right there.
What does Rudy have?
2 Ride Down, 2 Oppressive Raise, 4 copies of Retraction Helix, 3 Springleaf Drum, 2 Negate, 2 Glare of Heresy. Not really that excited by anything that's going on here. I think the Negates and the Glares are okay. I would not side in the combo in this matchup. I think Rudy's much better served just keeping his beatdown strategy intact. Kent's got a lot of removal, and trying to set up Drum plus Helix plus 2 creatures in play plus Ascendancy is asking a lot when Kent can tax his threats in play. So I think Rudy should sideboard pretty light here, mostly keep his deck intact as is, and not get too fancy trying to bring in the combo.
Oh, we'll see what the players do decide as they do sideboard and get ready for game number 2. And we'll get ready for season number 2 of the Open Series next year. Syracuse. I had fun there last time we were there. We're gonna get to go back.
Yeah, Syracuse is pretty sweet. We'll be going back during warmer weather, which will be nice too. And then Providence, which I love that city.
I do too.
One of my favorites on the Open Series for sure. finally going to Believe land. Is this the first time the Open Series has been to Cleveland?
No, we went there last year, the week before Pro Tour Theros. Myself and Adrian Sullivan did coverage there. Got to sleep in my old bed, and by that I mean on my parents' couch, because my mom has shoes all over the bed I grew up on that she has not taken off of there for a half decade. So whenever I go home, the couch is
Okay.
That's where I get to sleep.
But we still get to have a homecoming there for you, which is excellent.
Yeah.
Then we'll be going to Seattle, where Matthias and I will be covering, and I assume you will be battling.
I will be battling. I didn't get to battle in Cleveland in front of the hometown audience, but I get to play in the Grand Prix in Cleveland and battle with them. So when the last Grand Prix in Cleveland was in 2002, I got 20th place. I got to improve on that. I was 16 then.
Yes.
It's been that long.
So an exciting slate of dates there for you there with Cleveland and Seattle as back-to-back. And then we head towards the end of May, where we have Dallas. I will be off for that show, you and Matthias. Then Worcester, me and you. And then the Invitational, rather, in Columbus, me, you, and Matthias. Holding it down.
It's just, I'm just glad to see that my pleas have been answered about a Cleveland show.
Yeah.
That's all.
Finally happening.
And so far, unless memory is incorrect, nothing in Jersey so far.
I know. I'm assuming that August will be New Jersey month.
Oh, just all shows there?
Yep.
One at Somerset, one at Hillsborough, one at Edison, and
Princeton.
Okay.
Princeton can get one
all right,
finally.
Perfect. Maybe just on the campus of Rutgers.
Yeah, New Brunswick. We'll have one at Rutgers. We'll have one at Princeton. We'll find the other college. The College of New Jersey in Ewing. We have one there, and then in, Raritan Valley Community College.
Sure. Just do it up in New Jersey. Nothing there so far yet. A lot of dates in Ohio, as you guys do see, for 2015. So get ready for season number 2 as we get ready for game number 2 here between Ketter and Briksza. Looking forward to next year. I can't believe it's already here, though.
Yeah, it is. It's basically done.
I need to take some more pictures and remember this stuff.
It all blurs together. I can't remember dates anymore, times when things happened.
Yesterday, I guess yesterday was Friday, so on Thanksgiving I thought it was Wednesday. Just really not smart. I just don't know days anymore. I just thought it was a Wednesday. I was like, why are there 3 football games on a Wednesday? That's only a basketball day. Yep. Everyone's like, it's Thursday.
My life is now just a blur of siege rhinos and brainstorms. Dates, events, forget about it.
Nomad Outpost to start things off here for Ketter. You saw a temple there for Rudy, a Bloodstained Mire there for Kent. That's his second land. Rudy has a Mystic Monastery. So players just getting their mana bases online. We'll see what the first spell is. Going to sacrifice a Bloodstained Mire here, will Ketter.
And wouldn't it surprise me if Ken decided into a much more controlling build of the deck, especially because he's bringing in Anger of the Gods? I would assume, for example, Bloodsoaked Champion is no longer in his deck.
There's a Whirling Outburst. I love that card.
You've been between Rattle Master and Whirling Outburst. You have been getting a lot more burn.
Yeah, that was not the plan initially. I just kind of like goblins, but these cards being playable really does help my camera time. It is much appreciated.
And at the end of the day, what else is there but the
Camera
amount
time.
that you get to be on camera?
Absolutely.
And
boo! Boo, Eric Smith. Boo! His goblin's actually better than mine, but that's neither here nor there.
And I think that Rudy has brought in the combo, which is surprising for this matchup. I think he's much better off just keeping his game 1 structure intact.
Might be able to catch him off guard. We'll see. Ketter did miss his land drop for the turn. Here come the beatdowns, potentially. He was going reaching. He fakes him out again. I mean, he can set up such a big turn here, but he's just going to attack with everything. Ketter's just going to take it. Wow. We'll see what the fob's going to be. Jeskai Ascendancy. Okay. Has to turn back. Ketter.
I'm surprised to see Ketter run a no blocks there.
Me too.
Because his hand's so good against individual threats because he's got Crackling Doom and Murderous Cut. The tokens are the big issue. And I don't know. I think that I would have preferred there to just block and then save your spot removal for individual threats that Rudy casts.
Now, I understand the reason he doesn't block there is solely out of the fear of Jeskai Charm giving everything +1/+1. So I understand why he didn't block. But if you're not blocking, then you're doing this. You're attacking.
Yep.
So that's what I want to see, and that's exactly what he does. Now, the scary thing here, if you're Ketter, you can't see Briksza's hand, but we can here at home as he attacks for 2. He's got 2 Stokes, he's got a Jeskai Charm, and a Lightning Strike as well.
His hand is just completely loaded. There's a lot of pressure on Kent to win the game quickly. He can't even really do it through Butcher the Horde getting lifelink because Rudy always has the option of just charming or stoking it if Kent goes down that road.
Yep.
And Kent may not realize exactly how much danger he's in right now.
And 4 damage is going to go upstairs. Here comes 2 more. Yep, a little bit lower. See what Kent's going to do now. Looks like he's gone down to 8. You just always have to have that fear that, hey, I can just get burned out at a moment's notice. That's what can happen when you're playing against Chess Guy.
Rudy's life total is fairly low as well.
And we're in a racing situation here to be sure. Ketter says, all right, I'm going to lightning strike you. Tie it up. Murderous cut, perhaps? Yep. So it's 8-8. But you have to imagine that Briksza has some way to deal damage.
Well, he definitely has 8 points of damage in hand. The question is, can Kent do something that forces Rudy's hand to use a removal spell?
There's Butcher the Horde. That's the way to do it. And Briksza brought forward his copy of Jeskai Charm. Sacrifice to give this haste.
I think Kent may have to pull the trigger,
On
give this lifelink, and hope that Rudy has nothing.
Well, Rudy has something. He's already reaching for the mana. Jeskai, excuse me, he's going to be Stoke the Flames to take care of that. So not a Jeskai Charm to put it on top. Still good. Quickly untap and draw. Jeskai Charm is the draw. That's a good magic card, I'll tell you. Just going to pass the turn back, no attacks.
And I love Rudy saying go here. He's got Retraction Helix in hand and the win with burn spell. So just leave a blocker back. There's nothing but risk that can come from doing something else.
There's a Rabble Master. Token, beatdowns, block. So 1 damage will come across. We're going upstairs with Stoke. Show you a couple Jeskai Charms. That's going to do it. Briksza going to win this match here over Kent Ketter. 2 games to 0. Jeskai token combo played a lot like Jesco aggro those 2 games. He's 4-0.
And that was the power of Whirling Outburst on display there. If Rudy's just casting random 3-mana creatures, it's so easy for Kent to just Lightning Strike and Murderous cut that away and allow him to get to the point where his Butcher of the Horde and so forth takes over. But